News that's just coming in. The United States has now struck targets in both Iraq as well as Syria. Now, this has been in response to a deadly drone attack. United States forces conducted a series of strikes against Iraq-backed militant group in Iraq and Syria in response to last weekend's attack in Jordan. Now, it was in this attack that 3 U.S. soldiers were killed. Now, these strikes were carried out by the United States Central Command Force, which included more than 85 targets across 7 facilities. Now, these facilities were being used by the groups affiliated with Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. These targets included the command and the control centers, the intelligence facilities and weapons storage facilities used by Iran-backed militia to attack U.S. and the coalition forces. United States President Joe Biden in a statement said that the strikes were the first in a series of action taken by United States in response to the attack in Jordan. Our response began today, he said. It will continue at times and places of our choosing. The United States does not seek to have any kind of conflict in Middle East or anywhere else in the world. But we want to tell everyone that you do not harm us. We will seek you out if you harm any American, and if you do so, we will respond. My colleague Gaurav Sawant is now joining me on the phone line. Gaurav, a very clear statement coming in from Joe Biden. He's very clearly saying that we don't want any conflict, but if you will harm any American, we will respond.
Syria, precision strikes have been carried out by the United States of America. 125 PGMs were fired at 85 different locations across Iraq, Syria, and at various places, not just of Al-Quds and IRGC, but also terrorists associated with the Iran-backed regime. This is an American attempt in an election year to show that Joe Biden is not weak, because this was a major attack on the United States of America, where 3 U.S. soldiers were killed. Joe Biden separately has met the families of the 3 American soldiers who were killed, paid his respects, and carried out retaliatory strikes. But what is the extent of damage when 125 munitions, PGMs were fired, is still not out in public domain, and what would be the retaliation, and would this lead to an escalation? Because this, in a way, is a direct U.S. versus Iran backed forces targeting each other. Will this lead to a very, very dangerous escalation in the region remains to be seen. But retaliatory action has been taken after 3 U.S. soldiers were killed, Aishwarya.
Right, Gaurav, and like you rightly pointed out, that this is an election year for the United States, and Joe Biden making sure that he puts his point across very clearly. From what we understand, there were 34 people who have been injured, 3 U.S. soldiers have been killed. Gaurav, what do you think will happen next? Do you believe that this is a fight which will escalate in days to come?
There are all signs that America is being seen as weak and America is being challenged. So Americans are deployed at multiple battlefronts here, while they're already engaged with protecting or at least providing arms and ammunition to Ukraine. And this is where Ukraine's operations against Russia have been severely impacted. Americans are also involved in Israel's war against Hamas. At the same time, Americans, vis-a-vis Taiwan. And here is another front where American ships, especially the security of the Red Sea region, becomes very crucial. And this is where an international coalition is likely to play a much bigger role.
Thank you, Gaurav, my colleague, for giving us all those details. It seems like the fight between Iraq and America will not be dying anytime soon.